Um, Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Jacob Cast 2024. Um, hold on. I want to make sure this is working. All right, here we go. This is Jacob Cast 2024. Going to do my Smackdown review. Hit that like button, leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section below. Y'all want to see more? Please leave a comment. Enjoy this video. Only got 3 matches on Smackdown. Now, this will be like an hour and 10 minutes. We're going to talk about Smackdown. We'll talk about the news and rumors. Smackdown is actually pre-taped. We know that Smackdown pre-taped, so gonna be a pretty quick review. My video is sponsored by JD from New York, Sound Off the Sound Off, Fight for Pro Wrestling, Joe Cronin, and other podcasters and YouTubers that I know of. While we talk about Smackdown, I'll show you some of the podcasters so you can hear from them. But thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Enjoy this video. Just want to say Merry Christmas. I know Christmas was yesterday. Anyway, celebrate. I did get a few gifts. I got the new Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Celebrate Christmas with my family, my nephews, and my cousins, and other friends that I know of. So yeah. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Monday Night Raw is gonna be live. I think it's gonna be live. I assume. But SmackDown was pre-taped tonight. Hit a new rock bottom. Now this show was called NXT Call Up. We did see some NXT superstars like Trick Williams and Joe Hendry. Are they really on SmackDown or is it just a one-off? Cause we know free agency coming up. Alright. Now after the NBA games with the Warriors playing, Lakers are playing, the Rockets. All they put yesterday. There's AEW Collision on Christmas. This had to be pre-taped, I think. I might as well get into SmackDown. Only got 3 matches on my game because Joe Hendry's not on the game. Unless you have to download him. I think we know tomorrow is AEW World's End in Chicago, Illinois. Tomorrow on the 27th. I don't know about make Let's Play here. I mean a video on that or live stream. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe we'll do it on Monday. Like during Raw. Anyway, let's start with SmackDown. The Miz played Grinch to the Grinch's theme song, how the Grinch stole Christmas. He played Grinch to Joe Hendry, Holiday Spree. At Joe Hendry coming out, singing the Christmas song, we actually saw Otis and Akira Tozawa. And the Miz, we had 3 girls there. We had, I think, a bunny costume. And then we got the Miz and Joe Hendry. Hendry battled Miz in Miracle on 34th Street. Pretty good match. Decent. It felt pretty long, by the way. It lasted a good bit. And it's with entertainment, and it's only for the holidays. I think Joe Hendry was only here for a one-off. I don't think he's going to make Walter too soon. Same thing with Trick Williams. Joe Hendry beat the Miz in a pretty good match. That was funny. It was a little bit entertaining. That would open the show. We got Charlotte Flair versus Legend. Charlotte got the win. Decent match. Legend still terrible. We actually had a bet this segment with Trick Williams confronting Cody Rhodes. I don't know if they're teasing Trick to turn heel or teasing him with Cody Rhodes. I'm all for it. Because I think we're all tired of Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. They've been going at it for like 3 months now. 4 months, really. Since August. But I don't know. We could get that. Hopefully, Cody will get some new opponent after he gets done with Drew. We got a new U.S. champion. Now, they were spoiled on social media because, as you know, the show was pre-taped. So I get everyone knew that Carmelo Hayes beat Ilya Dragunov to become the U.S. title, the U.S. champion. Finally, he's a champion. To end 2025, Carmelo Hayes had championship gold. Surprisingly, he won this match. We'll see where we go with it. We'll see what happens. If Carmelo Hayes is a babyface, because he did show some good sportsmanship to Dragunov after he won, so he might be going babyface. And he's been teasing that for a while after he left The Miz, since he's not with The Miz no more, and he actually did help Dragunov against DIY, so we could be seeing him as a babyface. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We'll see what Dragunov does after. We'll see what Carmelo Hayes is doing. I don't think we saw the Wyatt Six or the MRTs, and well, since the show pre-taped, they're probably not on here. But anyway, Hayes is now the new U.S. champion in a fantastic match, a great match. Is Carmelo Hayes going to do open challengers? Is he going to be the same thing that Dragunov did or something different? Hopefully something different. We actually had a backstage segment with Rhea, Sky, Flair, and Bliss, and the Kabuki Warrior against Jackson Last Legend. And then we had Julia and Katana James defeat Chelsea Green, Alba Fire. And then whatever match that went pretty quick. Obafemi releases a Path of Destruction. Isn't he on NXT? He's the NXT champion. Why is he, unless he comes to Smackdown, what I don't see happening, don't know why they're showing that. It might be teasing the free agents for the NXT call-ups. Now the show ended with a segment with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Drew declares a 3 days of hell in Berlin, Germany. Is that a house show? Or is there a show that's in Germany or is that a house show? We just don't know. But we're hoping that feud will come to an end so we can end it and move on. Could in January that when we go into the Rumble, and then send that event. But that would end the show with Drew and Cody. Then we had a brawl for a bit. Drew McIntyre ended the show with a Claymore kick on Cody Rhodes. So we'll see who's going to win that match. I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to win. He might win one of those 3 days of hell matches, but Cody's going to win at the end. Hayes is him. Alright. Going to Fight for Pro Wrestling.
Hold up. Domino's medium specialty pizzas are just $9.99 when I mix and match. I figured premium pizza.
Hold on.
That's what we got. But I was expecting this to be a glorified house show, and that's what I got. I will say, with all due respect, I see why they would use the Joe Hendry music sparsely. Because unless it's a banger, it runs the risk of being real corny. He's just lucky that so far he's had bangers. But Max Caster is a cautionary tale. Just because you got bangers now don't mean that you'll always have bangers. And once you fall off the bandwagon, you better be able to pivot. Because if you can't, yikes. So I laughed at it. I literally wrote down, Jingle balls, Miz has tiny balls. He'd rather be in Hollywood, but they won't return his calls. I would vanish from this planet if somebody said that to me in front of a live studio ostrich. I would just simply cease to be. Because what do you mean? Also, I do enjoy that this was a very Looney Tunes ass match. Like, sure. At this point, all they were missing was the Acme and the big thing, the whole. This was stupid, but that's what it was supposed to be.
I feel like it wasn't stupid enough. I feel like there should have been more silly spots. Like,
Alright, let's go on to Joe Cronin.
And I said, all I know is this sucks. I don't want anybody to catch this. Like, don't come over. To my mom. I told my mom, I said, no one else is coming over. They all...
Wait, so Joe Cronin had COVID. Anything goes.
I'll cancel. They found out I have COVID. They're not coming over. So I said to my mom, I'm like, you should not come over either. Because if you get what I have, it's going to suck. Like, this sucks. Nobody else in my house has it that I know of. Somehow nobody has this. Just me. And I think my son Finn gave it to me, but I don't know.
His calls. Not bad. He wasn't done yet. Says, and I like it. He had his 3 Stages of Hell match. John Cena and Ryback. I'd completely forgotten about that one. That would have had to have been, God, what year would that have been? Had to be 2013. And the last one that we saw was Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano. That was NXT TakeOver Toronto in 2019. So it has been 6 years since we have gotten one of these matches. And as you can tell, it's just a match where you'll have a different stipulation for each fall. I don't remember if they get to choose what their stipulations will be in case it goes to a third fall. I don't remember. I don't know how this is going to work, but we're essentially going to get 3 titles going to change hands. I just have a feeling they're going to probably save Braun Breaker for the Royal Rumble. And that's okay, because Braun Breaker, depending on how they do it, losing that match is not a killer for Braun Breaker. It all depends on how he loses, right? He shouldn't just go in there and lose clean to CM Punk. But Drew McIntyre, we've already seen him be a loser before. More than once. And I know they did this already with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens ended up not winning the WWE Championship. He ran around for, a month and a half pretending to be the champion. He ran around for a month and a half with the Winged Eagle replica off WWE Shop, and he never did win the belt. And they had that great ladder match to pay it all off of the Royal Rumble. But I just feel like story-wise, Drew McIntyre should win this match. Even if he doesn't hold the championship for very long. Because that's the thing, even if he wins the title, I don't see Drew McIntyre rolling into WrestleMania as the WWE champion. But I still feel like, man, you want to kick off Smackdown. No, it's not the first Smackdown of the year, but you want to kick off this new year, this new era of Smackdown in a major way. You do a title change in Berlin, Germany. You put that championship on Drew McIntyre, and you have Cody Rhodes lose his mind to try to get that belt back. And you know what? If there is a plan in place possibly for a Cody Rhodes heel turn at some point in 2026, maybe around WrestleMania time,
unacceptable.
him losing the title to Drew and having to fight to quickly get it back would certainly play into that, I think, as far as maybe driving him to a point that gets him there. Driving him to a point where maybe we can see him, going heel in the next few months. But now we have a date and we have a stipulation. So we know when that championship match is going to be taking place. And I agree. And Swank, you make another great point, which is that not every title run needs to be a long one. Cody won the belt back from John Cena at SummerSlam. He's been champion ever since. And if he doesn't lose the title to Drew McIntyre, he's very likely going to be the champion heading into WrestleMania, as he was this year, by the way. He was the champion for a year, right, going into WrestleMania. It's okay. Every now and then, it's okay to break up the monotony of a long title run, a 6-month, 12-month title run, and do a title change. Even if all you do is just put it right back on the guy who had it before. I will never advocate for a return to the hot potato era. The Crash TV hot potato era where the championships would change hands so many times it was hard to keep track. Right? When things like that happen, that's how you end up with 17-time world champion John Cena. Okay? I'm not advocating for that, but for the love of God, it's okay. It will not be a killer. It will not fuck up your long-term plans if you switch the title here and there every now and then. Put the title on Drew. It's time. It's long since time. Put the title on Drew. Now, the other thing that happened tonight, the biggest thing, the best thing that happened here on SmackDown tonight. Speaking of new champions, actually, this is the perfect segue into this. Ilya Dragunov came back a few months ago. He was gone for 13 months. He tore his ACL. And he comes back, and his very first night in, he beats Sami Zayn.
Those are people cheering for a man, nothing.
Because Sami, of course, is the one who revived the old John Cena U.S. title open challenge, right? In the spirit of John Cena in his final year.
He had a name, he had a family, and
and that has been the best thing about SmackDown now since, September, I guess is when he started it, right? The fall into the winter, these last few months, where would SmackDown be on most weeks without those U.S. title open challenges, without Sami Zayn defending the title, without Ilya Dragunov defending the title. It's been great. One man who has not had a great year on SmackDown is Carmelo Hayes. And when he was drafted to this show, when was he drafted? It was last year, right? Oh, the #1 draft pick, right? He has not lived up to the billing ever since then. And I'm not even putting the blame on him, right? It's just basically what they've had him doing last year into this year, right? He doesn't look like the #1 draft pick. He hasn't looked like the #1 draft pick really since he left NXT. But we know he has immense talent, right? If you saw him in NXT, former NXT champion, you know what he can do. And it was just a matter of, are they going to give him the ball to run with? Is he going to get the opportunity to show what he can truly do? Is he going to be able to connect with the audience in a way that I felt like he did in NXT? Because I knew he could do it. It's just, putting the pieces together and putting him with the right people. This thing with Miz, it dragged on for so long, and then they just dropped it cold. And it's the best thing that could have happened, by the way. Kind of shitty because they built it up for so long, and we never got a payoff to that. But they dropped it, and for good reason, because now Carmelo Hayes, going into 2026, is finally going to have the opportunity to prove that he is the #1 draft pick. He is going into the new year as the new United States champion because he took the title from Ilya Dragunov tonight. Not in an open challenge. This was cut and dry. Ilya went right up to him in the back and said, there ain't no open challenge tonight. I want you. You're my opponent tonight. You get your shot. And he said, I won't miss. How many times have we heard Melo say, Melo don't miss? I won't miss. I don't miss. And how many times has he missed? Many times. Tonight he did not miss. These two didn't miss. They went out there and they had a fantastic television match. A match that I will definitely be adding to my list of honorable mentions when I talk about my top 15 matches of the entire year. The list is locked. Pending World's End this weekend. I'm leaving a little opening there in case something blows me away at World's End. I may have to reconfigure my list at the last minute. But the list is locked. And this will certainly make the honorable mentions for 2025. An excellent match. The crowd was invested. The crowd was super happy when it was over. Not only to see a new champion crowned, because of course they're always going to pot for a new champion being crowned, but it really feels like over the last several weeks, we have seen this connection that the audience has with Melo since he's been turned babyface, basically. They have gotten behind him, which is very encouraging. They have gotten behind him in a way that they don't always get behind people. Now he has been rewarded with the United States Championship, and that is how he is kicking off 2026. A reason for optimism for him, a reason for optimism here on this show. I don't know what this means for the future as far as these open challenges. I think that we need to put them to bed probably for the time being. I don't know what this means as far as the immediate future for Ilya Dragunov. I do wonder, what's next for him. Obviously, he's not just going to be vaulted into the WWE title picture. I hope they have something good for him. He's too good to just be, meandering around with no place to go here on this show. But it's very interesting that Melo wins the United States Championship at a time when, for the first time tonight on SmackDown, we see Trick Williams, right, a former friend and foe of his, making an appearance on SmackDown. He's a free agent. He's fielding offers from Raw. He's fielding offers from SmackDown. He was looking for some, insight from Nick Aldis tonight as far as whether or not he's going to make an offer. And now Melo is a champion on this show, and there's a history there. So I thought that was very interesting. And speaking of new arrivals, we don't know where Trick Williams is going to land, but we know where Joe Hendry is going to land, and that seemingly is SmackDown. I didn't get the indication or the impression tonight that we're going to see him on Raw and he's going to bounce back and forth. He seems to be a SmackDown guy now. Good, because we had heard that, he was going to be in NXT for a while. Why? We've seen him in NXT for months, right? He's a known commodity. With Joe Hendry, he's certainly been established on that brand, and you know what you're getting with him. Supposedly USA Network wants him on SmackDown. They're high on him, so good for him. What a year it's been for Joe Hendry. From where he started at the beginning of the year, when I believe he was he won the title, right, at Genesis, but he was the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. That's right, he won the belt at Genesis, in the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania against Randy Orton, and finishing the year now as an official roster member in WWE. Right? This is where he always wanted to be. And now he is.
It's not an
And he was on
assassination, it's still that
SmackDown. He made a
level.
SmackDown debut tonight. And the fans were singing his song, and they were swaying back and forth, and they were solidly behind him. And so, as we close out this year, and SmackDown has not been good for much of the year, right? It goes through these phases. But for a while now, SmackDown has not been a good show. It's not been a great show. And I am, as we head into this new year here, there's reason for optimism when you see new faces popping up, like Joe Hendry, like Trick Williams.
There are people in.
We got a video package, a teaser for Obafemi tonight. No indication that he's imminently being called up or he's going to be on SmackDown, although SmackDown can certainly use him the most, more than Raw can. But and that doesn't even include maybe Sol Ruca, right? Because it's funny, like we're seeing Joe Hendry and Trick Williams and Obafemi maybe, and it's like the one area above all else that really needs help right now on Friday nights is the women's division, right? When are we going to see what women are being called up to SmackDown? Where's Sol Ruca? Where's Jordan Grace? Where's Fatal Influence, right? That's what we need to see going into this new year, going into this 3 stages of hell period, as I now call it, of SmackDown that's coming up. So I have cautious optimism that they recognize, hey, this is something that we have to do. This is something they should have done a long time ago. But we need new faces on the show. We have got to get new faces in the mix. And I don't even want to say young faces, right? We definitely need that too. Joe Hendry is not young. Joe Hendry is 37 or 38 years old. But he is a new face. And you want to have a mix of both. There's reason to be optimistic that they recognize, okay, we have an extra hour to fill. We need new people. So I am curious to see what SmackDown a month from now, 2 months from now, coming out of the Rumble, is going to look like. It's the only thing that I can really kind of hang my hat on here because 3 hours is coming whether we like it or not. If we're going to get 3 hours of this every single week, I'd like to see what their plans are going to be for some of these new faces and how they incorporate them into the show. Because it's just been the same old now for so long. You can't add another 60 minutes, and I know it's not actually 60, you got commercials and everything, but you can't add another 60 minutes to this show in its current state. You can't do it. It's just, it's death. You can't do it. But there's reason to be optimistic. As taped holiday shows go, this one was not bad. I've seen some bad taped holiday shows that were just in the can. Let's just get through this and get past the holidays and get into the new year. So this was not a bad show. But I would probably have a very different opinion if that U.S. title match was not on the card tonight. It was carried almost entirely. I say that almost entirely because of that U.S. title match between Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov. Well, we'll talk about the entire thing here. This is your SmackDown review here on Friday night. Final 2-hour edition, final edition period of 2025. It is December 26th. It is the day after Christmas, so I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas, everybody who was celebrating. Yes, 37. He's just a baby. Joe Hendry is just a little baby.
Look at the amount of support that he had. He received.
They look better late than never, right? Some people get their break early, some people get their break late. Fucking DDP didn't even break into the business until he was 35. Batista was almost 40.
But I never seen a
Look what he ended up doing, right?
There is so much support.
But yes, I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. Today, always the day after Christmas. Yeah, today would have been my father's 68th birthday. And hard to believe that he died, it was 10 years ago. It's been a decade. It's hard to believe, but anyway, happy birthday, Dad. Like, subscribe, super chats are open. We do have a bonus goal in case we hit it. We could do a bonus round of Be the Booker here on the final SmackDown of the year. One little programming note I did want to mention here. New Year's Eve is coming up. And this is going to be the 6th year in a row that we're doing this. Now, New
you
Year's
have
Eve
people
this year
cheering.
falls
You
on a
have the mayor,
Wednesday.
you have the face, you have
It's not
the
going to
family,
change anything because we
yeah,
are
cheering for
doing
your fashion.
the annual Make It Till Midnight stream, countdown
Well,
to
we saw it play on
2026.
social
That is
media,
coming up
social media
next
after
Wednesday, New
they
Year's Eve.
identified that Brian
I
Pillman was
will
killed.
incorporate a Dynamite
It
review
was
into
the
it, but it's not
media,
just going to be
the
about
people got
Dynamite. It's going to
edified.
be
People glorified
hanging out
him
with
and
you
held him
guys,
as a
taking
hero.
your questions,
That's
having
how
fun, maybe doing a little drinking here on the
That
stream
makes
to
you
ring in the new
absolutely
year.
guilty, 'cause everyone hates the
So
healthcare.
get yourself ready. If you got no
And
other
people think that
plans,
violence
come hang
is
out with me.
necessary because we're good.
Make it till midnight. Can we do it?
We're not healthcare taking
Can
it
we
serious,
make it
but
till midnight? We'll
the
find out on
company
Wednesday.
president
So I just
went
wanted to
to
let
headquarters and told the workers
everybody know, because I know some people were
to
wondering,
stay
oh, it's a
home and work
Wednesday.
local because of the
You going to
threat
be doing it?
and what they're seeing on
Oh,
social
we're
media
doing
and
it.
because of the wanted posters.
6 years in a row, we're doing it.
That's how they.
So let's go to the beginning of the show here. We'll start from the top. In the back, the WWE champion Cody Rhodes. He ran into Nick Aldis, the general manager here of Smackdown, and asked him if Drew McIntyre was here yet. Aldis told him that he's not, but he's on the way. He's already signed the contract, so once he makes that public apology to referee Dan Engler for kicking him in the face, and once he pays his fine, that's it. Aldis said no physicality or else he will have to strip Cody of the WWE Championship, and Cody just told Aldis, let me know when he gets here. So after Cody left, Aldis walked over and there was The Miz. And The Miz was not happy. When is The Miz happy? The Miz is always angry about something. So he says that he wants to make sure that Joe Hendry's music is not played. He demands that Joe Hendry's music not be played. And Aldis, of course, ends up saying Joe Hendry's name, and as soon as he does, what happens? We hear Joe Hendry's music. And he is already, they cut to the ring, he's already on the apron, he's out there in the arena, and he has various people with him dressed up as, and he's very entertaining. So I think that he's going to be a good fit here for the main roster. I think he's going to fit like a glove. He already did on night one. I mean, the one thing I will say is that I think they need to have some sort of primer. It could be a quick video package that they air on the show next week, or on a week maybe where he's not on the show. Just to bring people up to speed on who this guy really is. Like, he literally just showed up on Smackdown. And if you don't follow TNA, if you don't watch NXT, if you just watch Raw and Smackdown and follow the main roster, you would probably have seen him in the Rumble, you remember him from Mania, but you don't know too much about this guy. It's kind of like he came out of nowhere. So I would have some sort of primer just to let people know who he is. He's a former world champion, right? Just to, give a little background on who he is. But I think on night one, the crowd responded to him quite well, I would say. They were pretty much with him in everything that he was doing. But just don't assume that everybody knows who this guy is. So The Miz interrupted. This is not sing along with Joe. He wishes everybody a happy Easter. And they remind them that they have the...
That was never publicized by Mandy only. That was done by the authorities. Well, he said it was never done. He said it was never publicized by Mandy only. That was done by the authorities.
Who made
it was done by you guys after you found it in the backpack and you told the public about this manifesto.
What do you think I do in my off time?
Mandy only didn't publicize any of that.
You got away.
He actually dropped 2 illegal guns.
Very good to you. Santa Claus was very good to me this year.
He dropped 2 illegal guns.
I got a very beautiful
new
headset so that I may beast on Call of Duty and Arc Raiders and Destiny 2. I got the Arctis Nova Pro Elite. These things are fucking nice, man. Let me tell you. Man, the cushions on this thing, man, the box, the presentation, this was... Santa was looking out for me this year, bro. Let me tell you. Anyway, hopefully you guys got what you wanted. That's all I really asked for. I didn't really need anything else, but hopefully you guys had a great holiday, and it is now time to get back to business. Very happy to be in front of you guys live tonight talking WWE. I don't really do good with the downtime I don't know what to do with myself. I'm always in like work mode. What do I gotta do? What is there to talk about? How can I make my shit better? And what are we doing going into the new year? A lot of thoughts around that, but I'm glad to be sitting here in front of you guys talking Smackdown, which I thought was an okay show. It wasn't great by any stretch. It wasn't like, oh man, I missed a great episode if you missed this show. I thought it was a decent enough episode for a taped show that I would give it a light thumbs up. It wasn't bad. I mean, the Joe Hendry stuff is hit or miss. You're either going to like it or you're not. But I think the stipulation announcement with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, and then Carmelo Hayes and Dragunov, that open challenge for the United States Championship was one of the best TV matches that I think either company has done all year.
I think Carmelo Hayes
And it
won
goes
it.
to show you what I've been saying about
I think
Carmelo
Carmelo Hayes
Hayes.
just won the U.S.
Finally,
title from Dragunov.
WWE seems to be on the right trajectory with my guy Mello. We'll talk about him in a little bit. That was the biggest thing that happened tonight. But the thing I want to start off with is the announcement at the end of the show. WWE is seemingly trying. Hopefully they could take a swing and knock that one out of the park. They are seemingly trying to put their best foot forward in 2026. And they're going to have to, especially on Friday night, because the show is moving to 3 hours, and they don't have the roster depth to give me a captivating, intriguing, must-see show, exciting show every single Friday. I think with this current roster, minus the potential call-ups that we've been hearing about, with this current roster as we see it today, they will not be able to survive at 3 hours. I can't see it happen. And hopefully they make the appropriate changes, and we get those changes within the next week. Joe Hendry's on the main roster, apparently. Carmelo Hayes is the United States champion. We got a potential Obafemi call-up. We get Javon Evans on Monday. We don't know where exactly he's landing. Call-ups are a necessity. And it should not stop with just those three individuals. The women's division needs the most help, but hopefully they know what they're doing. The thing I want to talk about is this ongoing Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes dilemma. All over the WWE Championship, this is basically a take on what happened with Cody and Kevin Owens earlier in 2025, around this time of the year last year, going on into the Royal Rumble. Very, very similar in story, very, very similar in character for Cody Rhodes to be playing here, because Kevin Owens brought that out of him last year, just like Drew McIntyre is bringing it out of Cody Rhodes this year. Drew feels slighted, Drew feels wronged, Drew feels screwed over. Kevin Owens, basically the same thing, but just take screwed over and plug in the narrative of, I was right. Nobody believed Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens tried to do the right thing. He tried to pinpoint and point out the right thing while he felt like everybody else was doing the wrong thing, and people booed him for it, and people didn't believe him. McIntyre very much wants you to know that he's a scumbag, but there are certain instances where he feels like he was slighted, and he might not be wrong on that. So there are similarities with Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens and how they have been presented in a WWE title program with Cody Rhodes.
It's gonna be a big event.
The entire screwed over situation with Drew McIntyre and him feeling screwed over has resulted in Drew feeling that Cody Rhodes is making Smackdown an unsafe work environment. So Drew McIntyre was suspended. He was brought back to WWE under the loophole of Paul Heyman being able to choose anybody for the War Games team, and he chose Drew McIntyre for his War Games team to team with the Vision, where they won War Games. So he was allowed on television during that stretch. And now he made a deal with Nick Aldis to come back to television. They very much want Drew McIntyre back on television. Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes both do. Cody wants him back on television because he wants to get his revenge. Drew McIntyre attacked Cody Rhodes on his tour bus. So Drew McIntyre knew what he was doing. He wasn't allowed in the buildings but he was able to attack and find these loopholes with Cody Rhodes and conduct business outside of the venue.
And you want to get revenge, you want to just...
So Cody wants him reinstated. Nick Aldis is trying to make it happen to make Cody Rhodes happy. Nick Aldis obviously wants Drew McIntyre back on SmackDown because he's one of Friday Night's biggest stars. So he goes to his home, conducts a sit-down interview slash meeting with Drew McIntyre. They make the deal to bring him back. Cody Rhodes is beside himself and just riddled with anger that he showed up at quote-unquote Drew McIntyre's home, which was not really his home, it was more like a staged setup. Attacked him in front of his home on his front lawn, threw him into a pond located on the land there.
Murder in first degree in furtherance of terrorism.
And Cody Rhodes basically told him, "Merry Christmas, asshole." So Cody Rhodes is a man possessed. He's got anger problems. Drew McIntyre didn't want to come back to work.
That was never
He thought this was a setup. But he made the deal. He bargained with Nick Aldis. I will be reinstated.
It was never publicized.
But I want a match with Cody, and I want it for the WWE Championship, and I want to choose the stipulation. Nick Aldis said, sure. As long as you don't lay a hand on Cody Rhodes and vice versa. And you need to apologize to the referee that you had claymored, and you need to pay the fine that I have levied upon you. That all came to a head tonight. Drew McIntyre, in his very Drew McIntyre-like way, tried to apologize to the referee. He tried to goad Cody Rhodes into hitting him because he wanted Cody Rhodes to be stripped of the WWE Championship. Nick Aldis told Cody Rhodes, if you lay a finger on Drew McIntyre, I'm going to have to take the title from you before we even get to the scheduled match. So Drew McIntyre laid out the stipulation. This apparently will be taking place on January 9th in Berlin, Germany, on Friday Night Smackdown, 3 hours. For the WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre will battle Cody Rhodes in a 3 stages of hell match. The last time we saw a 3 stages of hell match on the main roster was Payback 2013 between John Cena and Ryback. Now, that was a very weird mix of 3 stages of hell. They wrestled in a lumberjack match, a tables match, and an ambulance match, which is basically a no DQ match. The only difference is you gotta throw your opponent in the back of an ambulance and slam the door shut. I mean, if you want a cookie cutter, 3 stages of hell match, include a lumberjack match, and a tables match. They're all basically no DQ matches. The last time we saw a 3 stages of hell match proper was 2019. NXT had one at TakeOver Toronto in 2019 between Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole. They wrestled in a normal one-on-one match, standard rules. Then the second match was a street fight, and the third match was a steel cage match. I remember that being very good. Better than the John Cena Ryback one. WWE has had a few 3 stages of hell matches. First one took place in 2001 between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H. They wrestled in a normal match, a street fight, and a steel cage match, which was basically a take on the Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano match, basically, was a take on Stone Cold Triple H with the same stipulations. Next one that they did was in Armageddon 2002. Shawn Michaels versus Triple H, which is my favorite 3 stages of hell match in company history. They wrestled in a street fight, a steel cage, and a ladder match. After that, it took us 7 years to get to the next one. This was at The Bash 2009. Triple H and Randy Orton. They wrestled in a normal match, a false count anywhere match, and a stretcher match. So Triple H has been in 3 of the 3 stages of hell matches that the company has had in company history.
Beat next. Then he was 19-year-old. So that's your 20-year-old who did the same thing. 2 weeks after this murder, there was another one who did the same thing.
Do their own version. They give us
But there was another
their take
season.
Three Stages of Hell match. Being that this is going to be on national television, on USA Network, I don't really foresee it being like a brutal Three Stages of Hell match. Steel cage match, a Hell in a Cell match, a ladder match. WWE is going to give us some of what comes with a Three Stages of Hell match, and mostly not. I could see them doing the typical tropes of a lumberjack
Well, these are
match
very
or
similar. Both have military
a
backgrounds.
street fight.
Both serve that game
The
thing.
shit
Both
that we
make the
usually
same
see
unit.
on television.
They work in the same bay, but not
There's
the
no
same unit.
creativity,
They actually
there's no
both
fun in
retired
this company,
at
so
the
I don't
same
really
location.
see them
There's
breaking the
another
boundaries
explosion.
of
Now we
being
found
different here.
people escaped.
I hope.
They said they had a plan, but the
I
terrorists defeated.
genuinely hope we
Well,
get
both,
some
it
sort
just
of
gotta have a military
intrigue and
rank.
some
They
sort
need
of
the system.
difference between this match coming up in 2
You
weeks
need to fight
and
for
then the ones that
NYPD.
we've already been
Like here in
treated
New
to
York.
across
They're
WWE
very
history.
effective.
I want to say I think WWE
I mean, they have it in
might
Las
take the
Vegas,
belt
but they
off
have
Cody
these
Rhodes,
barriers to block cars.
but I can't
Like
really
here
sit
in New
here
York, the
and fully
NYPD has
commit
it.
to that.
It
I can't
they're
really
very
sit here
effective.
and
They
say,
will stop
yes,
the
Drew
car.
McIntyre is going to win the WWE Championship.
Basically,
He
the
should.
bad guy here, you need the vice.
He absolutely should.
I think what's very
This is
important is
more
that
of
they
a,
really
I'll
need
see
to
it
do a
when
background check on this
it
shooter
happens type
to
of
make sure
deal,
that
or
no other
I'll
terrorist
believe it when I
attack or
see
no
it.
one other plan. Was he self-actualized? Was it on? Was he
Part of me wants
recruited?
to say that
We
I
gotta
think
make
Drew
sure.
McIntyre and Cody Rhodes are only doing this match because it would give Drew
But both have
McIntyre
military
a
background. Both were in that
visual
game thing.
victory or pinfall over Cody Rhodes, but not give him the WWE Championship. That's what I want to believe. That they back themselves into a corner. They know that Drew
Well,
McIntyre
I
needs to
looked
win
it up
this, otherwise he looks like a
Smackdown.
fucking loser. And the only reason why they did a Three Stages of Hell match is because it fits
I
the
never
bill
seen
here,
anything like this in my life.
and it gives Drew
It has to
McIntyre
be
a visual
now.
win
I mean, just look at Shane
without
Jamal.
actually
They
having
look at 3
him
different
win the
shootings.
WWE Championship. A visual
You know,
win
people are yelling at me and giving me
inside this
death
match
threats. I
over
think it's
Cody Rhodes.
shameful
That's what I
to
want to
blame
believe, and
Brian
that's
Thompson
how
for
I'm
their murder.
genuinely feeling here.
And that's what a lot of people do. People say, oh, vigilante
But we have
justice
2
is
championship
necessary.
matches coming up in the next 2 weeks.
He killed
Next week,
15 CEOs, by the way.
or not
This
next
is,
week, but
we
2
just had
weeks, 3
we just
weeks,
had
I
a
guess
man
this
Yoda
Three
cage. Now
Stages
we
of
get
Hell
another
match
one.
happens.
And then
2
we got
weeks, we
another
get
one here in
the
Midtown.
Braun
Where
Breaker
we
CM
walk
Punk match,
into an
January
NFL
5th.
headquarters because these Jews have a grievance.
We got 2 championship
And
matches
that's why
coming
they
up
say he defeats
within the next
Xavier.
month.
Because he killed his father. And you take up the white
I
man.
want to say Braun Breaker beat CM Punk for the WWE Championship. And then Cody Rhodes retains the WWE title over Drew McIntyre.
Well, that's what prosecutors said. And that's why
I'm going to make
prosecutors want
a
the book
solid
this year, Peyton
prediction
Jenner.
here.
They want
I may
they
be
want
wrong.
Peyton Jenner to
More
do
than
this kind of
likely
thing
I
because
am.
it's a way to
But
incite
looking at
violence
how
first.
everything has now
Well,
been
Peyton
laid out,
Jenner, that was terrorism
and we
because
have
he had
a
the
direction.
180-page documentary published online.
CM Punk.
Remember, he live streamed the shooting.
I don't know
in
how
that
they have him
supermarket.
retain over the Vision when they just added Austin Theory. Who is there to help? CM Punk. Will LA Knight show up? LA Knight's been written off TV. Maybe he's the one that helped CM Punk against the Vision. I have no idea. No idea. Maybe Roman Reigns shows up. Maybe Roman Reigns shows up and Roman Reigns helps CM Punk. I have no clue. That was my first thought. Braun Breaker, WWE Championship, Punk don't need it. Elimination Chamber's happening in Chicago. I could see him winning the Chamber in Chicago. They could absolutely wait a little bit more on Braun Breaker. Now that we got this Drew McIntyre-Cody Rhodes match, Drew McIntyre absolutely needs to beat Cody Rhodes and win the WWE title. I don't give a shit if it's a week reign, a 2-week reign. Fuck the system up. I don't give a shit how many matches Drew McIntyre lost previously. If you put him in a Three Stages of Hell match and he beats Cody Rhodes, I feel like a lot of those losses will offset themselves with this one win. He needs it more than Braun Breaker does. I would make the McIntyre on January 9th. And I would have Punk retain. In a really fucked up world, I would have both championships change hands. Fuck it. I just don't see WWE visually starting the new year with two brand new champions to start the year, no matter how short Drew McIntyre's reign may be. McIntyre's not taking the WWE title into WrestleMania. He's not. But it comes down to who needs it more. McIntyre has been... He's been that guy that's been left out in the rain, sulking and depressed. He's been just beaten and beaten. Loser. Loss after loss after loss. He's got nothing to show for it. Sure, he's in the top program with the top guy for the top prize for the WWE title. But that don't mean shit unless you're physically holding the championship at the end of all this ordeal. I would put it on Drew. I'd rematch him at some point. And I'd have Braun Breaker fall and come up short against CM Punk, only to then win the championship at a later date. That's what I'm going with. In a perfect setting, like I said, I would have both championships change hands, and we just start the new year fresh. I don't think Punk needs the championship, and I don't think Cody Rhodes needs to hold the championship on the way to WrestleMania. I think we can have some fun on the way there. Sure, it pads Cody's accolades, and it pads Cody's statistics, but if there's a good story behind it, who gives a shit? So I'm excited to see their take on this 3 Stages of Hell match. In the safe environment, this safety net, this Sesame Street that WWE resides on lately, I can't see them really living up to the gimmick. The last time they lived up to the gimmick was inside Hell in a Cell with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. So at least they got that going for them. McIntyre and Punk brought back Hell in a Cell to make it meaningful. We haven't seen one since. It was the first time that a Hell in a Cell match had blood in a very long time. It got down to basics. It got the match back to what made it special. Drew McIntyre is very old school. So is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is even more old school. You're talking about Cody Rhodes, who went into a War Games match, and outside of everybody else, it was only him and CM Punk that actually bled inside the War Games match. Cody knows what needs to be done to tell a proper story. If Cody has any pull, he would lobby for some of these stipulations on January 9th to really feel like hell. Honestly, the match needs to live up to the billing. The match needs to live up not only to the billing, it needs to live up to the violence in which a match like this brings. So at least they got that going for them. No fluff, no Sesame Street, no safety net. Let these guys go out there and do what they got to do. You're gonna be overseas. You're gonna be on your touring cycle going into the Rumble, which is taking place in Saudi. Give these people something that they will remember. And give this next chapter of the 3 Stages of Hell match something that the fans can go back on.
He's 20 years old. He's 19 years old. He was a former he actually was a client of the healthcare the family denied claim after the father. The healthcare denied
there was
father claim.
minimal violence and nothing but a gimmick to sell tickets.
His mother died after last year.
They need to really start thinking outside the box when it comes to these stipulation matches. You're going to give me something with 3 stipulations in the same fucking match, and Drew McIntyre is bragging that he's going to take Cody Rhodes down to hell because of the hell he put him through, then make it feel like it. Like I said, the only thing they have going for them is the 2 guys that are taking part in this match are 2 of the best old school minds that they got. Carmelo Hayes! Well, I guess someone in the chat said Priest and Black was announced for next week. An ambulance match. Well, I guess that won't be one of the stipulations in the 3 Stages of Hell. Could take that one off the list. Hopefully Lumberjack match is not on there. Please. There's nothing 3 stages of hell about a fucking lumberjack match.
Everything on the gun was paid legally. He had the scope.
Carmelo Hayes.
He had the laser sight. All perfect legally.
I have been one of the few creators in this space praising Carmelo Hayes for the body of work over the last several months,
And we searched that name liquid.
saying that 2026 is going to be Melo's year.
But we didn't want to release it.
And if WWE knew what they were doing, Carmelo Hayes would be at the top of their
Oh, we actually had the name.
mid-card division with that secondary title, holding the United States Championship.
We actually had the name, but we chose not to release it.
Well, they did it, and they're bringing in the new year with Carmelo Hayes as the new United States Champion. This was an excellent move, and this was a barn burner of a match. One of the best TV matches that WWE's produced all year, and one of the best TV matches that pro wrestling has seen in all of 2025. They waited until the very last Smackdown to deliver it. Dragunov is incredible. The guy is an absolute fucking machine. The fact that he was out for as long as he was, came back better, came back stronger, came back more vicious, came back and literally did not miss a step, is a testament to how fucking great Dragunov is. He's absolutely, no matter what brand he is a part of, going to be a piece of the WWE future, and if he's not, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. The other guy that's a piece of their future is the new champion, Carmelo Hayes. Finally, after a double taping, Carmelo Hayes and Dragunov got everybody to stand up and fucking fight into every single near fall that they delivered. That is a testament to how good both guys in ring actually are. He won the championship. It was much deserved. Dragunov in the United States Championship. Open challenge, just like Sami Zayn's, was a success. Sami Zayn made Dragunov. Dragunov made Hayes. No matter how great the concept is, we've been seeing it for the last 4.5 months. I think it's time we take a break. Carmelo Hayes does not need to go out there and defend the championship against everybody else, because all you're doing is running the risk of running the same matches over and over and over again with a different champion. The roster depth is not strong enough to do another open challenge for the United States Championship, especially on a 3-hour show. It's not going to happen. They've already set up possibly his first program, and I can't really sit here and complain about it, because Carmelo Hayes and Johnny Gargano may be the next direction for the United States Championship. And that's fucking great. You want NXT? There you go. That's as NXT black and gold as you're going to get. So, Carmelo Hayes is the United States Champion. That was a fantastic match. Congratulations to him. He absolutely deserves it. We saw Trick Williams tonight, which, Carmelo is the United States Champion and Trick Williams on the same brand. That goes hand in hand. Listen, Road Dogg. Oh, you didn't know? Bro, that's your WrestleMania United States Championship match. Get on it, bro. Get on it. Trick Williams is going to fit like a glove on Friday Night Smackdown. Especially with Carmelo Hayes on the same brand. So we had that tonight. Outside that, I mean, this was a decent show. We got the ladies in action. We had Charlotte and Lash Legend. And then we had Julia. They're still trying with Julia on Friday night. For Julia. Kiana James against Chelsea Green and Alba Fire.
Well, this is the most ordinary kid I ever seen.
And that was basically all she wrote for Friday Night Smackdown. Really nothing else happened outside the United States Championship and the Drew McIntyre Cody Rhodes match announcement, with stipulation being inside a 3 stages of hell match. We're going to go over this Friday Night Smackdown tonight, right here on Off the Script. It is your Friday, December 26th, 2025. Tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew Gold. BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. All you need to do is pay $5 shipping and handling for standard Blue Chew. If you guys want Blue Chew Gold, 10% off. Use that code
How old
JD
is he? He's
at
20.
checkout.
He's 20 years old.
So make sure you guys go and check
He
out
likes to
Blue
use an
Chew,
AR-15. Is that legally?
sponsoring tonight's show.
He
Follow me on
personally
social
got
media at
legally.
JD from
He also
NY206,
had a
Twitter,
ghost gun
Instagram,
on him.
TikTok, and Cameo. Hit
He
that
had to
subscribe
use
button
an
down below.
AR-15.
Turn on the bell for all
These weapons.
notifications.
He had two guns. Both were purchased legally. They both had suppressors and
We
a
got
scope and
a
a
long
laser
night
sight.
ahead of us
All
tomorrow.
purchased legally. He had a concealed carry to his
Long
mom.
night.
Well, his mom
AW World's End. And maybe the end of my
And this
world
one
on Saturday
still
night
costs
with how long
$100.
this show's going to be.
He purchased a total of
AW World's End.
1,650
Tomorrow night,
rounds
I'll
of
be
ammunition.
live. I was
He had
supposed to
more
have
than
Jesse
600
with
rounds
me.
of
Apparently, he's
ammunition
not going to
in
be
his
with me
vehicle.
unless
He
one of you
carried
guys want
600
to
rounds of ammunition.
help out the Taco Crew cause and get this man a Triller subscription so he could actually watch the show with you live and then come on here and review it live with me.
So we had his name, but
I didn't tell him I was going to do this, by the way.
We didn't want to spook the
But I really want Jesse on the post show with me because
it's
it's going to be late.
We didn't want to spook
And I don't want to be up late by myself, man. I need someone to go over this show with me, you know?
You don't want to do it.
So if you want to help the Taco Crew out over there and get this guy the fucking show tomorrow, I would really appreciate
He
it.
had an AR-15. You only got it?
Hit the guy up.
Yeah. What's your name?
Tell him to wake up.
My name's Nick. Nicholas Cruz. You
We love Jesse.
Yeah, I've been in New York. I'm on vacation. Yeah,
World's End tomorrow. I'll be live regardless.
Yeah, I haven't got my bag.
Check out all the other content on the channel. We were live on Monday night. It's been a slow week. There's no one watching wrestling right now, man. Tuesday Night Titans was live. Great discussion. Our shortest show ever with the Solid Monster, but I think this week he appreciated it being that he was under the weather. But next Tuesday, being that we don't really have a lot of news outside of World's End, we have the TNT Awards coming up. This is going to be great, man. On Tuesday, we got the Tuesday Night Titans Best of the Best of the Best Year-End Awards for 2025, the final TNT of the year. So make sure you join us. There's going to be a dress code inside the venue on Tuesday. So make sure you guys are appropriately dressed. Make sure you order the fanciest of beverages. And join me and Jason on Tuesday night, where we give out the first ever TNT Awards for 2025. Should be good. Should be good. Who made it, Hologram? I did. I did. What do you think I do in my off time, bro?
He actually carried more than 600 rounds of ammunition.
You gotta wear pants.
You
gotta be appropriately dressed for Tuesday, okay? I may even come wearing a polo shirt. That's as far as I'll go. I'm not a tie guy. I don't wear ties. I'm very much the Triple H look. So make sure you guys join us on Tuesday. It should be fun. And please hit that thumbs up. Try for 750 likes. And super chats are very much open. So get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. Anything you do is going to go towards the new PC fund. That's my new gift to me in the new year. I got to get a new PC. My PC is, I feel it, I see it, drastically slowing down. If you guys want the top-notch content, I got to get myself a PC. So everything you guys contribute is going towards the new PC. No, you can't show up in undies, okay? I may have to kick you. You gotta come appropriately dressed. Anyway, get into this review. We got The Miz. The Miz is on Friday night, and it just won't say his name. Generally, he won't say the name of Joe Hendry. Nick Aldis reminded Cody Rhodes in the beginning of the show that he will have to strip him of the title if he touches Drew McIntyre. Cody asked if Drew was here. He's not here yet. He's on his way. He will be here later. So the Miz approached Nick Aldis and asked for Aldis not to play his music. So all of a sudden, Nick Aldis introduced Joe Hendry, and Joe Hendry's music played, and he was already in the ring with Otis, Akira Tozawa, I think Maxine Dupree was there, and there was someone dressed in a bunny outfit. Now, all I thought about while I watched this segment was, well, it's Christmas. What the fuck does the Easter Bunny have to do with jolly old Saint Nick? What does the Easter Bunny have to do with Santa Claus? We then come to find out why the Easter Bunny was out there when you saw who was revealed as the Easter Bunny. It all made sense at the end of this match. So Hendry is in the ring with a guitar, and he does one of his bits where he played as a cook. Share codes or personal details.
He never posed like any of that. That was done by the authorities. All he did was premeditated murder where he took out someone because he believed he wanted revenge for his family. So he believed it was personal, it was revenge for what the healthcare did to his family, and that's why he did what he did. So this is targeted and premeditated.
So I don't have the lyrics in front of me, but jingle bells, Miz has tiny balls. Something about Hollywood and them not giving him a call. Something about him not winning a match away from Carmelo Hayes or something along those lines. Miz has tiny balls. He'd rather be in Hollywood, but they never return his calls. Yes, that was the line. He noted he was kicked out of the locker room for half of his career. Or whenever he was in a tag team match, he always takes the falls.
His father was denied a claim a long time ago when he was 4 years old. His money was denied last year.
The song was actually catchy. I gotta listen. Every time Joe Hendry, you may not like Joe Hendry. You may think the act is kind of cringy. You may think the act is kind of blah, very Vince-esque. This is something Vince would do, right? Give you a musical segment. Elias was in every fucking segment on every Monday night with his guitar. Every fucking Monday night there was at least one Elias segment with him and his acoustic guitar. He'd be interrupted. He shit on the town. He gave massive heat. And the guy went in there and gave you the bare basics of what a pro wrestler should be doing. I can't remember one Elias match outside of his musical shtick.
Well, Pennsylvania didn't charge him.
Joe Hendry at least is adequate in the ring.
He didn't break any laws.
He's semi-decent in the ring.
As a person of interest.
But he's a very talented musician.
They knew that was the name
The guy
that
can play,
they were looking for.
the guy can compose music, the guy could sing. So
well,
he is
he hadn't been
entertaining.
charged or anything, so...
And he does make these segments,
NYP won't
and he
take
does
him
make
to watch
who
the
he's
wrestling.
feuding
I
with
think they can't
entertaining because he always puts it behind music. He always puts it behind rhythm.
Well, he hasn't been criminally charged here.
And I actually like that because music is one of the most important aspects of my life. So when I see someone that's talented as Joe Hendry do it, I actually very much appreciate it. And I gotta say, you know, we make fun of The Miz and him kind of having like the worst offense in all WWE. He's got the safest moveset in all of pro wrestling. Take nothing away from him, he's a Hall of Famer, I know, but his moveset is terrible. Every time someone gets called up from the main roster, The Miz is always waiting as their first opponent.
Well, he took the law in his own hands and wanted justice.
Glorified
it shows a
gatekeeper
confession where he
of
intended to kill
everybody
him.
that wants to enter the WWE. You can't do anything on the main roster unless you get by The Miz. If you can hang with The Miz, you're good to go. If you can out-promo The Miz, you're good to go. And whether you like this or not, it was campy holiday garbage. Sure. I can see why anybody would think that. Me, I found it to be sports entertaining. I was sports entertaining.
Well, the judge made it very clear. The judge agreed. This is personal. This is revenge. This was targeted because he wanted revenge for fine time did to his family.
So The Miz came out,
on his pathway. This
and he demanded this to stop.
Not
He
all
put his
followers
hand up and starts yelling over Joe Hendry, saying, "Do you know what this means? When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut." Miz gets into the ring and said he spent 20 years winning big matches, not singing. He said now that Cena is gone, he's earned the right to be the locker room leader in WWE. He said the joke stopped now, and it's time to wrestle. Aldis walked out, told The Miz that his match tonight is with Joe Hendry. And I'm making it a Miracle on 34th Street fight. So we have a Miracle on 34th Street fight between Miz and Joe Hendry. Now, there is news on Joe Hendry. This is coming from my friends over at WrestleVotes. WrestleVotes Radio talked about this week. Candy cane kendo stick to the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny finds Candy cane kendo stick because it would be him against Hayes for the United States Championship. Hayes shook Dragunov's hand tonight with Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. Pulled it in his hand. Put over Carmelo Hayes as the new United States champion. Pyro went off. Hayes celebrated with the championship on the top rope. I mean, finally. That's all I could really say here. Finally. I mean, Carmelo Hayes should have been the United States champion late last year going into this year. But WWE will make you believe that this was the plan all along. This was not the plan all along. The plan all along was SmackDown to go to 3 hours, and they needed fucking young talent and top guys built on this show, and Carmelo Hayes fits the bill very, very much. This was never the fucking plan. If it was the fucking plan when he was feuding with Andrade and LA Knight over the United States Championship, that should have been his breakout moment. But then you did nothing with him. And you paired him up with the fucking Miz to do nothing with him. They didn't even finish that feud yet. And now he's the United States champion. Because they randomly threw him in a Dragunov program with DIY. Dragunov gave him the shot as a fighting champion, and he got over on his own. It wasn't anything WWE did for him. It wasn't anything WWE wrote for him. It wasn't a feud that he had. Because WWE creative is so great on Friday night. When you want to know why Carmelo Hayes got to the United States Championship, why he's the United States Champion, and why he's going this way, week after week after week, he's nothing but an upward trajectory now. It's because of the work that Carmelo Hayes has done as a babyface and the work that he's done in the ring. The match with Gunther. The match with Dragunov. The tag team match with Dragunov. He had a match with Sami Zayn over the United States title, too. Carmelo Hayes has been one of the bright spots on Friday night for the last 2 or 3 months. And he's gotten to where he's gotten now because of the work he's put in. Whatever WWE gave him, he made it work. Which was basically nothing. He made it work. Congratulations to him. He's going to be a great champion. Hopefully he'll be a great champion. He's got the makings of a great champion. Hopefully WWE can build that roster around him and give him some solid opponents. I need to say this about the United States Open Challenge. It's a great concept. The unpredictability of who's going to challenge, especially with the champions that we have, with Sami Zayn, from Zayn to Dragunov. We've gotten some great matches. We got some of the best matches in WWE all year through this fucking concept. But it's been done for 4.5 months now. I think it's time we take a step back, put it on the shelf, give it a rest. Carmelo Hayes looks like he's got Johnny Gargano first lined up. Let's get some story revolving around the championship, and then let's get that story to kind of bleed into Trick Williams and his inclusion on Friday night, and him going after his ex-best friend in Carmelo Hayes. If that isn't on the list of possible matches for WrestleMania, I don't know what is. Seriously. That should be a lock for your United States Championship match. Not only that, the title's secondary. The history between those two guys, the story that those two guys have, they could create magic if WWE writes appropriately for them. It's about time we start getting into more story with the United States Championship and less focus on the open challenge. I think we need to move into story territory now. It's been done. I think Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams is the right direction.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair were chatting when Rhea Ripley and Io Sky walked in.
Well, I'm going to stop the video. Until that time, hit that like button, leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. I'll be back with more. I think I will. I don't know if I'll do AEW World's End, maybe, but I will upload more videos, whether Fortnite or NBA 2K26, my career. I will do Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Yeah. Until that time, I'll see y'all later.